let's just sew whatever. Cutting out my pattern pieces, and I'm debating on how I want to make this. I want a small but mighty backpack, and I'm kind of hoping that this will be. Looking at the pictures, it's super cute. The finished size is 11.5 wide and 13 tall, so that is this whole ruler. So it's not the biggest, so I might try to add like an extra inch to the height, possibly. I don't know that that will be that easy, but adding width, not a problem. So 4.5 inches deep. That's pretty good. I think I'm gonna cut it to 5.5 inches deep though. Just to really make it nice and wide. So the measurements are given on the height. Okay. And then this is to cut to. So I'm going to divide the width of my bottom gusset by 2, which I feel like I know the answer, but I'm going to type it in anyway. So then I get 2.75 needs to be the width of each zipper panel because it's a center zipper. So that'll be perfect. This front pocket, I think I'm actually going to cut across right there instead of making it a zipper pocket. Or I'll do a zipper overlay. I think I'm going to do a zipper overlay. Well, I don't know. Either way, you're going to see the raw edge of a zipper, which is weird unless you're supposed to like sandwich it between the layers. I'll be honest, I didn't super read it, and this is one of those patterns that isn't. So I'll be honest, I feel like all of the iThinkSews patterns are vague. Very, very vague. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's just raw on the inside for the zipper, which is fine if you're using a pre-made zipper, but if you're using zipper tape, not as ideal. Okay. And then I'm going to be changing up the pockets on the inside as well. And I'm going to add a back slip pocket to the bag. So I think that'll be really good. I think it'll still fit my laptop pretty nicely. I was also considering like some kind of slip pocket on the front, just for little things. The fabric I'm using is just one I'm testing, but it's like a quilted nylon, but it really isn't water resistant or anything. It just, I would say, water repellent. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get to cutting. I'm gonna line it with water resistant canvas so that it's super lightweight. I think this pink might be super fun. Like, not because it's easier to reach than anything else, but like a little bit. Yeah, I think it's like fun and bright. Okay, so those will be my materials. I'm not going to cut out these rectangles because I can just measure them. And then this is the gusset pocket. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm gonna do 6.5 for the gusset. So 3.25. Yeah. Perfect. So this will be 6.5 wide. Nice. by 6.5 tall. And then I was gonna measure this rectangle. This is like 11.5 by 14. And then these cutouts are a really cool, unique shape. And so if you were going to add any height, it would need to be at the center of the bag. And let's say you're adding an inch here, you would then need to add that inch somewhere else. So whether it's an inch added to your zipper gusset or to the bottom gusset, you have to make up for that. I'm not going to be doing that. I think it'll be good the way it is. It'll be really cute. So there's only a couple of pieces that we need to cut from rectangles that are in the cut list over here. We need zipper tape, and then really you just need a little bit of webbing and locking strap connectors, locking slide adjusters. Anyway, so I'm gonna get into cutting this bag. I've got a couple rulers over here to help me, and then the way I cut out this pattern, some of these pieces are on double-sided paper. I was like, why? But that's okay. Okay. Yeah. I have a ton of this fabric and I'm just like, I want to use it, and it's so soft and I like the noise. So the front and back are going to be the same size. So I think I can just lay that down, line this up, and be good to go. Since this bag is finished with binding, I'm gonna super rough cut my linings. Rotary cutter. Oh. Perfect. I'm gonna mark out my centers while I'm here. Oh, I'm super excited. I'm gonna have this be my front. I think that's one of the problems with these like quilted, pre-quilted fabrics is sometimes the fabric can get a little messed up. You can see. But I'm okay with that because I'm actually gonna be adding a slip pocket to the back. Just like if you've watched my Elna backpack. I just love that. the ability to slide stuff in there. So I'm gonna do a 12 by 13 piece. The ruler that I'm using is a 13 by 13. It's available on my website. I could do 2 layers of this on that back panel. So close to being like a perfect little repeat. So I'll probably put it this way so it doesn't look super weird. I didn't think about the quilting being a certain direction. I'm gonna use that as the liner for it. If I were using waterproof canvas, I think I'd be like, that's fine. But I want it to be a nice structure while still being lightweight. So 12 wide, 13 tall? No, 13 tall, yeah. 13 tall, 12 wide. Zigzag going this way. And then while I'm here, I'm just gonna put these right sides together. So that when I get to my machine, I know these go together. Same with this. This goes together. Bin. Okay, so it's the front and the back. Now we can work on our gusset, etc. We need 4. It says to cut 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why would you need 8? Maybe to give it extra structure? I don't know. Okay. This piece is finished. I like to clip the pieces that I'm done using together and set them aside. So next we have side pocket and gusset pieces. So I'll go ahead and cut out the gusset pieces. Grab my longer ruler. Okay. So we are doing 6.5. Okay, I'm gonna cut this one to a little bit bigger and then cut it down. Oh, we gotta cut 2 of those. It's joined together at the bottom. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so these are the 2 bottom pieces. And I know that, so I can clip that together on the seam that I'm going to sew together. Grab a smaller ruler for the pockets. Okay. So now I can cut the top gusset, and then I'll just cut that in half. So that's and this pattern is a full 3/8 inch seam allowance. This seems like my straight edge. Had it all lined up. Oh well. So at this point, you could also choose, since it's one big piece, do you want it to open in the middle, or do you want it to have a wider back panel and a slimmer front panel? That's usually my choice. So I'm gonna do like 2 1/4. That seems fun. Think about the fact that this is also a bound finished bag, so you're gonna lose a little bit, but I think that'll look nice. So then you can have deeper pockets on this side if you wanted. So while I'm here, I can also add double-sided tape. And then I'll know where my zipper is gonna go. On to my side pockets. I decided instead of seaming it together, I just want it to be one piece that I fold over on itself. So I'm just duplicating, I'm doubling the measurement, which just so happens to be 13. So the width, the height, cut. Normally you would remove the seam allowance, but I'm not worried about it for this. So all I'm gonna do is sew together the bottom seam, turn it, top stitch it, and add it to the bag. And like these pockets are so lightweight. I'm so excited. I have been thinking about this since last night, and I leave for Chicago C2E2 tomorrow, and I should be in bed. But I have the true bag maker's curse, where if I'm going out of town, obviously I have to make a new bag the night before. Any other time wouldn't be acceptable. Okay. So that's it for this piece. Clip it to my done pile. I don't need to cut out any lining for this, so I'm gonna put it underneath. So we've also got our gussets exterior done. Not worried about it. All that's left is this front pocket. Still debating how I want to do this. So checking for flaws in that quilting pattern. I'll fold it on itself. I'm going to cut out the larger rectangle and then I'll just transfer those markings. 7. On my rulers, I have the numbers going in both directions, so it says 1 and 12, 2 and 11, etc. So make sure you go from 1 to 7 to find the 7, or whatever measurement you might need. Okay. So now that I have the general square, I could lay this pattern down, check that I've got the size correct, and just cut out the dart. This is kind of a raw-edged pocket. I've been brainstorming how to make it not a raw-edged pocket. And I'm thinking, like, if you put right sides together and then flipped it, I don't know though. Because the whole point is that there's a zipper pocket here that goes pretty far. Yep, it goes to that notch. So this whole thing is a zipper. Right sides together, flip it, add your zipper, and then you fold, you make your darts, which is a raw edge, and you fold the raw edges under and top stitch it down. So technically you don't see many of the raw edges, but it's like still, I don't know. Another thing you could do if you didn't want it to just be like this big fluff pocket, ugh, I'm so stoked, that looks so good. no, this way, is put some kind of pocket under here first as well. Like maybe you want to add another zipper pocket underneath. You can do that. Super easy, just don't make it too big. You could also add a zipper pocket up here. I don't think I want to because there's side slip pockets. But I do think I'm gonna add little cargo pocket in here. I just find it's nicer to have a little bit of organization. So for the cargo pocket, this is an 8-inch ruler. I probably want to cut it 10 inches wide. And then this is the main part of this cargo pocket. So we don't want it to be taller than 7 inches. So I'll do 10 by 7 to create the cargo pocket under the front compartment. Cargo pockets, front compartment. And I'll just make it as normal because it's not gonna matter. So lining, 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 lining. All that's left is our straps, besides our lining, but we already did that. So the straps are given, and it's 10 wide, which is insane to me, but I love the way the straps look on this bag. They look extra puffy and comfy, and that's what I want. So we're gonna do that. How do I want to do that? So this ruler is an 18 by 18 ruler, so this is going to be what's big enough for me to cut all of that out of. And this section over here I started with, so I'm going to continue on with that. So 1 to the 10. So I think pretty much all you do is like fold up the end, add your foam, fold the sides in, and then fold it in half again. So with the foam in there too, or even just as is, they're just gonna be like super puffy, squishy straps. I can't wait. Ugh, so satisfying. I'm still going to add foam to the bag on the straps. Debating a big slip pocket inside, because I could do a zipper pocket and a slip pocket on the front. So that way I have like room for iPad, room for laptop. So I'll do that. Straps. We also have to get a grab handle cut, but I don't think I want to use this fabric. I think I'm going to use a webbing. And anything bigger than 1-inch webbing for this bag is going to look a little weird. So I'm going to use 1-inch webbing, obviously. The hard part is I don't have a ton of 1-inch webbing. Purple doesn't match, but the blue does. So we'll go with blue. Hold up. Okay, so that doesn't super match, but I'm gonna be using fairy floss thread for the whole thing, so I'm gonna make it match. Oh wait, what about this one? This one's way better. Are they the same? No. Yeah. Sorry. I know there are many of you out there just like this when you're making a bag though, so I don't feel so terrible about what I'm doing. Okay. So this would be 18 by 13. Yeah. This is just going to be that big slip pocket inside. And this will just get folded in half, top stitched. And I think it'll hold well enough. Okay, so we're done with this fabric and we can move on to lining. Yay! Before I forget, here is my foam. So yeah, saving your scraps of foam for straps is definitely the best use. Imaginable. So I feel like that's pretty much all my pieces. I'll just need to cut out a bunch of different zipper pockets, essentially. I can do that based off of some measurements. Ooh, sorry. Pocket, straps. I was like, I've literally already forgotten what these pieces mean. Slip pocket. I'm gonna start by cutting out my main, no, I'm gonna start with rectangles first. Those $13.75. this actually might be good for a little key holder or something. So I'll cut this to 1.5 inches, and then it can hold like 3/4 inch hardware. And I can pop that into the lining somewhere. Right sides together. So that's finished. These pockets are good. These are good. Rest of that is good. Oh, I love how much off this color looks. Okay, on this side. And then this piece, we're gonna tape top and bottom edge. And we'll top stitch all that together. You could cut 2 of these pieces for your cargo pocket if you wanted to. Okay. So one of my liners is going to get a zipper pocket. So this is the one I want to cut pretty carefully. So there's one. And then this is the one that's going to get a really big slip pocket added to it. So I'll cut that one out. I'm done with all of that. And now we'll cut out this pocket. You can also use scissors if you prefer. I think it took me about 5 years of cutting out all the bags to really get comfortable with the rotary cutter. And everybody's rotary cutter preferences are just totally different, so. Just keep trying them out. Yeah, so these are gonna go right sides together, that zipper box. And I don't love the idea of it, but I've sewn it in my head, and I cannot think of anything that's really gonna be better. So that pocket is supposed to be like 10 or 11 wide from the center. Make sure I have my print the right way. I didn't. There. Now it is. Okay, 5.5. Okay. So I'm making an 11 by 1/2 inch box. And that'll be where we add our zipper, flip it, and figure that out. I'm thinking if you make your zipper tape long enough and you cut it down, when you tuck the sides under, you can hide it. And that'll be good enough. Okay, and then we can also do probably an 11-inch wide zipper pocket on the lining side. So I will cut 2 lining pieces to like 12 by 12. And it'll just be like a really big zipper pocket. And that's it for our bag. I could cut an overlay for the lining, but I don't want to. If you're following my measurements and you're worried about wasting fabric, you could probably do 11 by 12 for that pocket. There's that. I do want to add D-ring connectors to the gusset. So I've got that one piece. I'm going to just go ahead And check out my scrap pile. I think I want the pink on the outside, just like a little pop. So I'm going to clean up my rulers that I've used. How to make a bag using every single ruler I've designed. So I'm just going to cut 2 little 1.5 inch wide scraps, and I'll use 3/4 inch D-rings. All right. That's it, folks. Oh, I thought it was my lining. I hope that you kind of enjoyed this haphazard cutting video. I hope you're able to make heads or tails of it. I'm in my like creative wavelength brain, which means at the end of this I probably won't even like it that much. But we're gonna try it out. So I hope you'll join me to sew this up in a future video, and I will see you all later. Bye.